I wish you could stay, but she has an
Where you
exam.
going?
I have an
What time?
exam at 6.
Oh, I'll give you 100.
It's through Nova.
Yeah.
not
Oh,
even
no, you gotta do
associate.
that one. That's
Yeah.
important.
20%.
Oh, no, you gotta go
I
do it.
know.
You gotta go do it.
We get
Here,
you know?
We're recording, by the way. It's live.
Started. Okay. But so maybe after you finish your exam, you can join the live stream so you
Should
can
we
watch.
get her certificate and stuff?
I mean, my exam finished at 7:30, but I'm not gonna be able to.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You want me to grab it? I can look for the certificate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
And then talk to Diego, because Diego will give you the check. We gotta give you some money.
Many. Shavana wants to know when she should let people know that the food is here. The food
Jenny?
is ready. 5, so people can start getting the food and leave.
No.
No,
5:20.
so you want everybody to come in and then you're gonna announce it that the dinner is there?
Because we didn't call it, it's not 5:30.
You're gonna announce it. Should I miss it? Because I'm not opening that door until.
Yeah.
You
can put the cake there. But take her to Diego. We take a picture with her.
Okay.
With Jane,
I
with
can't,
Jane.
I can't right now.
With Jane, right?
Yeah, go
Take
get
a picture
Jane.
with
Yeah,
I can't.
I'm gonna go
I
find
need to
Diego.
test it. Okay.
Like showing you the receipt. No, that's it.
Where to Diego?
Huh?
Where to Diego?
He gave it to me. He's checking people. So we can just-
You didn't bring no envelopes? Really? Really didn't.
I'm just letting you.
We had a student who checked it like for like 2 years ago, like last month. We were like, we're gonna reuse this if you don't come on now.
really doing.
Did you see how I have my introvert seat?
Yeah. Well,
Well, I have-
yourself stressed because you're doing it.
Not really, that's not. Right. I'm liable for everything I recorded. I will edit this out.
Well, because live people watch it. You can't edit it.
I know, but I have it unlisted.
Oh, okay.
Only people who have the link, I don't check it. She said she did, but I checked the record, she didn't have to do it anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna go- I was going to stay in the elevator and then I got written, so now I'm gonna go.
I can't stay and I have a crazy, meeting at 7. I'm prepared for. It's contentious, so I don't want you to think that I'm getting this. First of all, it's so beautiful. Yes, you need to come see this and see it.
Well, then all together.
Yes, yes.
That's honors. We'll have a recording. Ask them to.
Please do. And just know that, you know.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's to the stage.
Oh,
I understand.
yeah, then when you go back on, I want to go back on the press. They're all like excited when they walked in. I'm like, I want to be man.
No, we're not. Though.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
So you might- I can walk you out, okay? Just go now. All right, see you later.
I literally was like copy and pasted from the. Oh. And the essay that we. Take Yeah, I think it's double click. Yeah, double click. Yeah. Like long press. Yeah, long press. Oh, yeah. I know. I'm scared, you don't get photo. I don't like it. There's a photo. You know, their grandma.
Hello, hello. Hola. No, solamente quería avisarles que la comida está lista, así que si quieren pasar a la cafetería y servirse, están invitados. I just wanted to let everyone know that the food is ready and you're welcome to go through the line and get a plate. Thanks.
Ah, ya.
My God. Mañana que vas a trabajar. Because I love that, you know. He's like, that's not a reason why you should take it. And he's like, if you want to take it, you have another day, so you should go $40.
¿Qué cosa ha puesto? Una hoja, pues, ¿no? ¿Qué es? No he abierto. Tiempo. The city.
Well, and it's all requires the city.
One
guy on the box down there, supposed to like.
So this is the builder that gave your scholarship. Carrie Jones.
Yeah. Ella contactó. No, pero
I'm talking right here, yeah.
So we do like just these, we're gonna take.
How many? Oh, yeah. Let's see. I mean, nobody could have really get here. When I use the doctor on the back. I think that would be fine. I think There's two chairs there. There's two chairs. Okay. They're against the wall. They're not. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Target. Antes para terminar,
Ya han matado.
on the first day.
Lovely. Get a little.
We're getting set up. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Good cloud, I have the, Okay. Okay, I'm gonna give it a sprint. You see her?
Sorry.
Yes.
Todos pusieron cosas ahí, no te dieron.
Ok, solamente buscando para ver cómo mirábamos. Ah, verdad. Muchísimas gracias.
No, Helen's gonna do, she's decided to give one of the students a chance to pass the phone. Yes, yeah. Show it to the girl. No, it's her, she's gonna be interviewing, I'm not. Right, but I'm not introducing. Okay. And then- Okay.
To read it.
Oh, gotcha. That's the extra. I can email you later. Right? Last night. Nobody stayed.
You, I'm not even.
Great, good evening. We're about to get started. If you can find a seat, please. Vamos a comenzar. Si pueden encontrar un asiento. If the HLA board can please come to the seats over here, that's for you. Put it right there for you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And for those who were here last year, I am not gonna be here the entire night this time. Which I think it's a blessing for all of you. So welcome to our 18th annual banquet. My name is Manuel Gomez Portillo. I am the president, the proud president. Thank you. I am the proud president of the Hispanic Leadership Alliance. This is our, like I said, our 18th banquet. And we have been in existence for 26 years. When we've been, like I said, it's going to be a quick moment for me up here, but before that, we do want to give a couple of welcomes and things. Okay, we do want to start with, of course, our school board members who we have more than last year here, so I'm so proud to see them here. When I call your name, please stand up and be recognized. Ms. Elaine Tolan. Mr. Carl Frisch. Ms. Rashna Sykes-Moheiser. And Ms. Melanie Marin. All the way over there. Of course, one of the missions for Hispanic Leadership Alliance is to collaborate and have a close relationship with FCPS leadership. And of course, we're going to recognize them. So please, Michelle Reed, our superintendent, please be recognized. We have Ms. Lisa Hall. She is in the back. Fabio Tuwalda, who I might add is getting something special later tonight. And Douglas Tyson. Penny Myers. I believe Mr. Moon, who is a school board candidate, has left, but he'll be back at large. And now, take it back to the attorney. I do want to recognize Marcia St. John Collins, who is running for a school board. She is a member of the HLA. Of course, it wouldn't be possible without partnership with organizations. I know that we have Ms. Deborah March from the Lewis Leadership Academy. We have Ms. Tori Quinn, who is the proud president of the Asian Educators Association. Mr. Jose Figueredo, who is the director of Edo Futuro. He's trying to hide. He's over there with a wonderful wife over there at the corner. And of course, you know, we have yes, we have our Region 3 Assistant Superintendent. Thank you. I apologize, Ms. Grace Taylor. How are you? Let's give it up one more round of applause for Ms. Grace Taylor. I also want to recognize one of our most important partners, which is Mr. Rich Folio, the director of ESOL services in Fairfax County. And the director of equity, Dr. Spikes, who is also a proud member of FAFSA. FAFSA is another organization that we're really closely connected with, and she's representing them, so FAFSA is really important. Now, okay. And we have Ms. Michelle Morgan, the principal for the adult high school. Because this year we have a recipient from the Fairfax Adult High School. And of course, you know, to any of our other leaders who I apologize within this time frame, you know, I might have forgotten some of you, but you're in my heart and you're here with us and we appreciate you. Any teachers present in the space? Maestros, teachers, get up. Let's clap for our teachers. I will tell you, with reading the applications of all of the recipients, some of the most powerful stories that our candidates share were of teachers and the impact that teachers have had on them. So we truly appreciate you being here. You're heroes. Truly, you're heroes to our students. All right. Do we have any family members, familias? Los familias, los papás, párense. Let's stand up, let's recognize them. Do we have any students? Of course, we have students. Come on, students. Let's get out of here. Our recipient, my friend. Look at this. Nuestro futuro, our future is here. How about that? All right. Now, this would not be possible without the generous contributions of our donors. Those who have made the commitment and the sacrifice to give money for our scholarship. So our donors, you will see them come up to the podium later on when we award the scholarships, but I would like to personally recognize them. Our donors, please stand up if you're in this space. If you would like. Before I recognize the board, I do want to share what we're going to do tonight, the order of things. So after I finally sit down, and thank goodness for you all, we're going to have Dr. Michelle Reed, who's going to deliver some remarks. And then the Hispanic Leadership Alliance board members are going to support in giving the awards this year. And then we're going to have Ms. Micheline Lavalle, who is the vice president, who's going to give the closing remarks. All right. We'll have a special speaker later on, but we're not going to tell you who it is yet. All right. So. Okay. We have a special speaker coming who is right now, you know, we got a text message saying, I'm sorry, I'm in a meeting with the president of the United States. So I'll be a little late to the ceremony. I said, you can have the meeting with the president. No problem. So that's going to be Hasmin Cruz, who's going to be, who's a former scholarship winner, and she's going to give some remarks when she gets here from her meeting with the president. Yeah, isn't that crazy? All right, so I do want, you know, this work would not be possible without the Hispanic Leadership Alliance Executive Board. I want to personally recognize them for their dedication. It's not easy. We all work, you know, we work up until 4:30, and then we usually have meetings up until 6 o'clock. All of this was possible because of them. So I do want to recognize them. When I call your name, please stand up and be recognized. Micheline Lavalle, who's the vice president. Fabiana Greenberg-Tai, who is our secretary. Diego Wilson, who is our treasurer. Ruth Asimi, who is our past president. I'm not sure if she can be here, but let's clap for her. Of course, we have a wonderful scholarship committee. They are the ones that are responsible for this evening tonight. We have Jean Cruz. Delia Beisker. And Teddy Perdavis. We also have our committee members, Marcia St. John County. We have Ray Thompson. Wait, you know, she's over there welcoming people, because she said, I gotta be here to welcome them. So she'll be here soon. We have Mariela de Craker. And we have James Cruz. So before Dr. Reed, we apologize for making you wait. Before we continue with the ceremony, I do want to recognize somebody. Jane, can you please stand up? Let me tell you, Jane has moved to New York. And she has visited us just for this award today. Yep.
Well, I did the best, but it's for the students out there, for the, that's why I'm here.
So, and Jane, I mean, I'm not gonna, I don't wanna age anybody, but Jane has been one of the founding members of this organization. She has been a principal, she has been a teacher, and we couldn't do this without her. You know, truly last year, we were so excited to give out $26,000 in scholarships. This year, because of you, we're giving out $32,000 in scholarships. So let's give it up for Jane. Here, wait, wait. All right. The time has come. Please welcome to the podium, Dr. Michelle Reed, our division superintendent. We are really proud of, you know, her, this is her first year here in Fairfax County Public Schools. And this is a great opportunity for her to come and meet our community. So welcome, Dr. Reed. You have the podium.
All right. Thank you very much. And I brought Helen up to do the translating for me. And Helen and I just met. I want a nice shout out to Felipe and Joshua as well at the table. Felipe is from West Springfield, who's attending BCU, and Joshua is a Justice High School student who is planning to work on a school with auto mechanics and also ultrasound with Nova. And Helen is thinking of criminology and psychology. So we want them all to come back and work for FCPS at some point in their roles. But I appreciate it. We've got this. All right. So I'm going to read a passage and Helen will translate for me. So thank you all for being here this evening. I'm so honored to be a part of this time to celebrate each of you and the hard work you have accomplished.
Gracias a todos por estar aquí esta noche. Me siento muy honrada de ser parte de este momento para celebrarlos a todos ustedes y para celebrar todo el trabajo que han logrado.
Thank you also to our Hispanic Educators Association and Hispanic Leadership Alliance for providing these scholarships to our students.
Gracias también a nuestra Alianza de Liderazgo Hispano, Asociación de Educadores Hispanos, por ofrecer estas becas a los estudiantes.
Your perseverance and commitment inspire me, and I know others in the room, and remind me of why we do the work we do. We are here to support you as you dream big and work hard.
Gracias su perseverancia y su compromiso me inspiran y me hacen hacer recordar por qué hacemos el trabajo que hacemos. Sepan que estamos aquí para apoyarlos mientras realizan sus sueños a través de sus esfuerzos.
Each and every one of you has a story, your unique lived experience that has gotten you to this point in your educational life or your educational and life journey. Think about it. You're living the life of a teenager and all that goes with it, in particular, the COVID experience. I have that. The COVID experience. You pushed your way through the recent pandemic, and some of you or your families have overcome obstacles to being new to this country and having to learn a language and culture that's new. And with all of this and more, you've kept your focus and kept working hard, preparing for the future full of promise that lies ahead for each of you. We are certainly proud of you.
Cada uno de ustedes tienen una historia, sus experiencias únicas que los han llevado a este punto en su viaje educativo de sus vidas. Piensen que ahora están viviendo la vida de un adolescente y todo lo que eso conlleva. Se abrieron paso a través de una pandemia. Algunos de ustedes o sus familias han superado obstáculos relacionados con ser nuevos en este país y tener que aprender el idioma y la cultura. Y con todo esto y más, mantuvieron su enfoque y siguieron trabajando duro, preparándose para el futuro lleno de promesas que les espera a cada uno de ustedes. Por supuesto que estamos orgullosos de ustedes.
Here is a quick rundown on the 2023 Hispanic Leadership Alliance Scholarship Applications and Recipients.
Aquí hay un corto resumen de las solicitudes y beneficiarios de becas de la Alianza de Liderazgo Hispano 2023.
We have 67 learners from 13 Fairfax County Public Schools that submitted applications for 32 available scholarships. 9 graduates from Justice High School received one of the 32 scholarships. 4 graduates each from John R. Lewis and Marshall High School received scholarships.
67 estudiantes de 13 escuelas de FCPS presentaron solicitudes para 32 becas disponibles. 9 graduados de Justice High School recibieron una de las 32 becas y 4 graduados de las escuelas secundarias John Lewis y Marshall recibieron becas.
The applicants are headed to colleges and universities, including Juanita College, University of Rochester, College of William and Mary, Jackson University, Hampshire College, Old Dominion University, and the University of Massachusetts, as well as the standards of University of Virginia, Virginia Tech, George Mason University, and James Madison University, including our NOVA as well.
Los solicitantes se dirigen a colegios y universidades que incluyen Juniata College, University of Rochester, College of William and Mary, Jackson University, Hampshire College, Old Dominion University y Universidad of Massachusetts, así como los estándares de University of Virginia, Virginia Tech, George Mason University y James Madison University.
You are studying everything from science and medicine to business, accounting, engineering, and the arts. And the average GPA of this year's scholarship recipients is 4.07. That is amazing.
Están estudiando carreras muy diversas que incluyen desde ciencias y medicina hasta negocios, contabilidad, ingeniería y artes.
Learning happens best in community, and it is important to recognize the family, friends, teachers, and school staff who have been with you throughout this process. A strong system of support is crucial in taking on any challenge in life. Thank you to all of you for caring and supporting these students.
El aprendizaje ocurre mejor en la comunidad y es importante reconocer a la familia, amigos, maestros y personal escolar que han estado con ustedes durante este proceso. Un fuerte grupo de apoyo es crucial para asumir cualquier desafío en la vida. Gracias a todos por cuidar y apoyar de estos estudiantes.
So to our amazing scholarship recipients who are continuing your educational journey, I want to put in a shameless plug. As you are considering your future, remember that K-12 public education is the most important profession. All other professions pass through K-12 education. By becoming a teacher, you can reach back, or a cybersecurity person, Philippe. You can reach back to make sure those coming after you have the best possible shot at their future that is yet to be imagined. Whatever path you choose, I am so excited to see how you will all change the world. Best wishes to all of you once again, and congratulations.
Para nuestros increíbles becarios que continúan su viaje educativo, quiero proponerles una idea un poco interesada. Al considerar su futuro, recuerden que la profesión de maestro es la educación pública K-12, es una de las más importantes. Cada uno de nosotros tiene que pasar por una educación para lograr cualquier profesión. Al convertirse en maestro, pueden asegurarse de que los que vienen después tengan las mejores oportunidades y un futuro que todavía no se han imaginado. Sea cual sea el camino que elijan, me emociona pensar cómo cambiarán el mundo. Mis mejores deseos para todos y una vez más, felicidades.
All right, I will tell you what, I could not do what the student just did. That was amazing. Let's give it up for Dr. Reed. I want to see that one more time. All right. What I'm doing is we're going to click the slides because we've come to the time where we're going to be giving out the awards. All right. And so the way that is going to work is we have 2 slides for every recipient. One slide has their name and the award they're receiving, and the person up here will read out a little bit of those details. Then we'll play a second slide with a video. Not all students have videos, but most have. After the video is playing, then the students can start making their way up to the big white screen with SCPS logo. That's what I call it, but it's really called a step and repeat. And then you're gonna have a chance to meet and take pictures. If the donors of the scholarships are here, we do invite you to also come up and take a picture over there in the step and repeat. Are we good to go? Just remember, we have 32 recipients, so get comfortable. There's some water over there, there's some cake. Did you all leave me some cake? Hold on, because I am hungry. But all right, without further ado, please welcome Ms. Jean Cruz to the podium, who is going to present the first set of awards.
Okay, I think it's low enough. See? Thank you. This is like about the 15th year that I've done this, and it's like the highlight of my life every year. I just hope that the inspiring stories and the tales that you hear tonight inspire you like they do me. It's a wonderful evening. First, I would like to introduce Giovanna Arroyo Izaguirre. She's receiving the South County Hispanic Student Association and the Hispanic Leadership Alliance Scholarship for her leadership of the school club and advocacy for its members. This scholarship is supported by funds collected by the South County Hispanic Student Association and Hispanic Leadership Alliance. Giovanna, can you come up so we can recognize you? Okay, and that's my grandson standing next to you. No, I think you can.
I'm impressed, but both of my parents are Honduran and they came here at a really young age. I'm planning on going to George Mason in the fall, and I will study biology on a pre-med track in hopes of becoming a general surgeon. My aspirations are to become very successful and give back to the people I love, so that we can all grow beside one another. Something that has led me to my success is my parents' trust and support. To always continue doing what's right. That's why I would like to thank them firstly, because they have taught me that education is very important. And they give me everything I need and want to stay happy and focus on my future. Secondly, I would like to thank my teacher, Ms. Strong. She is like a friend to me, and she introduced me to many opportunities. She has taken me to many career and college field trips. Lastly, I would like to thank the donors and the Hispanic Leadership Association for giving me this scholarship, and thank you all. The next person. Oh, now we would like to recognize Valentina da Cruz, and she is awarded the Humberto Moore Cruz Memorial Scholarship for her passion and creativity for writing poetry and stories and her successes in being published. The scholarship is sponsored by Mary Jelinek and my husband and I. Now, we'll hear from
you. And I moved to the United States in early 2019. I didn't know any English at all, same thing for Spanish. So everything that I learned for like English and Spanish, I learned it here. And not gonna lie, it was quite hard. And I went to study psychology in Southern New Hampshire and university. And it's just always my dream to study psychology. So because of this scholarship, I'm gonna be able to pay for my studies. Honestly, one of my main goals is to become a psychologist. And just to be able to help others because we all have our problems and that we all should be able to know how to deal with them. And one of my big aspirations is definitely my mom because she's such a warrior and I just feel very happy and proud every time I look at her. So I want to be like her. And well, let me see. Oh, I can't forget about something. I definitely want to thank my mom, of course, because she's my main inspiration. But I also want to thank so much Senhora Cruz, because I'm never gonna forget the day that she went to my school and she talked about her life, her son, and the scholarship of her son. And I wouldn't receive any scholarship, but I actually received this scholarship from her and her husband. And I was so surprised, and I just want to say, Senhora Cruz, thank you so much. I already told you many times that I want to continue saying thank you so much because of your scholarship, I'm gonna be able to continue my studies that I really want to. So thank you so much.
It's a cruise family.
No, just. Speak, and I think you're gonna have access, huh?
The next person we want to recognize is Mariana Foronda. She's receiving the joint Lewis High School Hispanic Leadership Alliance Club and the Hispanic Leadership Alliance Big Club Scholarship for her advocacy skills demonstrated through her efforts to raise funds for scholarships for her peer club members. The scholarship is supported by funds collected by the Lewis Hispanic Leadership Alliance and the Hispanic Leadership Alliance. Is Mariana here? I believe she is. Hello, Mariana.
A little bit of background about me is I am the oldest sibling who will be attending college for as a first gen. And I am a senior at John R. Lewis High School. I like to travel, go out, and I also like sports like volleyball and soccer. I also like to listen to music and do creative activities like drawing. The college I will be attending is James Madison University, and I will be majoring in engineering, but hopefully specializing in bioengineering when I enter the college. A little bit of my goals and dreams is, well, when it comes to the academic side, I want to be able to, like other students, graduate high school, but also graduate college. I also in college want to be able to graduate with a PhD. And a little bit on the personal side of my goals is that I want to travel the world. And with traveling the world, I actually hope to volunteer at orphanages or any other place that has, or any place like that has animals, because I want to be able to help people out or any other living things. Some things that lead me to these successes or hope that will lead me to successes are like the main point of like me trying to go harder and harder are like my parents. They've always been there supporting me, and I always want to try harder to achieve my goals. Not only that, but I also like to keep my things organized and have timekeeping. This is as a candidate, as I am as a IBDP candidate, I actually am able to keep all these things so that it can help me achieve the goals I want in the future. How I will use this scholarship, the Hispanic Leadership Alliance Scholarship to attain my goals is actually, the main use of it is to be able to attend James Madison, to be able to pay off my college for the first year and hopefully some of it dividing into the other years. Finally, I would like to thank a few people in my life, like my parents and my brother, who have always been there for me in hard times, especially my dad, who's been supporting not just me, but also my friends when we have situations at school or any life problem in general. I would also like to thank my uncle, even though he's not here in this country with me. I know from afar he is there with me. I'd also like to thank two special teachers from my high school, Mr. Eric Gibling and Miss Sabrina Keshnik, because they have always been there for me and always supporting me in my academic goals. Lastly, I would like to thank my mentor from Dream Projects, Miss Celia. She has been there for me when it came to looking at colleges and looking for scholarships. She was someone that I could rely on when it came to support for college. So yeah, thank you.
The next person we'd like to recognize is Jacqueline Guevara Arqueta. She's receiving a joint Marshall High School Latinos Unidos and Hispanic Leadership Alliance Scholarship to recognize her leadership in fundraising and planning international night activities. The scholarship is donated through funds collected by Marshall's, Latinos Unidos, and the Hispanic Leadership Alliance.
Hola, mi nombre es Jacqueline Guevara, soy de El Salvador. Tengo 4 años de haberme mudado a Estados Unidos. Entré directamente a high school sin hablar inglés. El inglés lo aprendí durante high school. Después de graduarme de high school, mi plan es ir a Nova, que es un community college, y luego transferirme a George Mason University, donde pienso estudiar business management. Durante ese tiempo que he estado en Estados Unidos, he trabajado en restaurantes y he visto cómo a veces los managers de los restaurantes no tratan bien a los empleados simplemente por ser empleados. Al estudiar esta carrera, mi plan es poder ser un buen líder en un restaurante o no importa en una empresa y tratar con el respeto que se merecen las personas. Durante mi vida he recibido el apoyo incondicional de mis padres. Ellos me han estado apoyando siempre. Ellos no tuvieron la posibilidad de finalizar sus estudios, pero su mayor deseo es que mis hermanos y yo podamos lograrlo. Y como dije antes, mi plan es estudiar Business Management y durante toda mi vida es algo que he planeado. Siempre ha sido mi sueño serlo. Desde cuando estaba pequeña, no importa de que no sabía, o sea, de lo que se trataba, siempre yo decía, cuando veía a alguien en la TV, yo decía, oh, yo quiero ser como él, yo quiero ser un buen líder, yo quiero ayudar a los demás y por eso es que yo quiero estudiar esto. Y quiero agradecer cordialmente a mi consejero, a mis maestros, en especial a Miss Vargas y Miss Rubey, porque ellos han sido los que siempre han estado ahí para apoyarme, han estado animándome. Son las personas con las que aprendí inglés, fueron las que estuvieron siempre ayudándome, motivándome, enseñándome nuevas palabras. Y estoy muy agradecida con ellos. También estoy muy agradecida con todos los miembros de HALA por darme la oportunidad, por considerarme una buena candidata para esta beca. Estoy muy feliz por haberlo logrado. Y como dije antes, estoy muy agradecida con mis papás, con mi mamá, con mi papá, con mis hermanos, con toda mi familia, porque siempre estuvieron ahí motivándome a dar lo mejor de mí, a todo. Simplemente muchas gracias y estoy muy orgullosa de ser latina y espero seguir dando lo mejor de mí durante toda mi vida.
Rafaela Herrera is receiving the Robert F. Dortberg Memorial Scholarship for her initiative in co-founding the Women in Business Club and her leadership in a variety of school activities. The scholarship is funded by Andrea Monroy. Rafaela could not be here tonight because she had to work. But I'd like to say that Robert Dortberg was a coach and a mentor. Likewise, Rafaela mentors others as an advocate for abolishing culturally defined gender roles. She has led her family and her peers into becoming advocates for that. Let's give her a hand. The next person is Brittany Pereira. She's receiving the joint Lewis High School Hispanic Leadership Alliance Club and the Hispanic Leadership Alliance Scholarship for her demonstrated leadership skills during her tenure as president of the school club. This scholarship is supported by funds collected by the Lewis Hispanic Leadership Alliance and Hispanic Leadership Alliance. Let's give her a round. She had to leave and go take a test at Nova. Let's give her a round of applause.
To you all and me. Brittany Pereira. I'm a senior at General Lewis High School. I came to the United States 4 years ago. From Peru. I played 3 varsity sports, volleyball, golf, and tennis. I also work on weekends as a server for catering companies. And I'll be attending Virginia Tech in the fall as a majoring in biochemistry. Go Hokies! After 4 years, I plan to apply to med school and pursue my dream to be an anesthesiologist. And what has led me to my success, I think, was my perseverance and my passion to learn things. And because I started taking these classes, and then I saw like around me what was different, and I basically put myself out of my comfort zone, and that was a good thing. Because now I'm bilingual. I take teaching classes, and I have more opportunities to explore and know things like maybe I didn't have the same interest like 3 or 4 years ago. And about how this scholarship helped me, it's because it brought me the opportunity to have a better sense of like about our club. HLA Hispanic Leadership Alliance is basically a group of union of like Hispanic Latino community in this country, in this county first. And I would love to thank my grandma, my family, and myself for the whole support, and also my teacher and my counselor to bring me they always hear me when I have questions, and I also talk a lot. I talk to them a lot, and yeah. Okay, bye guys.
Gio Betrejo is receiving the joint South County Hispanic Student Association and the Hispanic Leadership Alliance Scholarship for his strong leadership during the development and implementation of the school club. This scholarship is supported by funds collected by the South County Hispanic Student Association and the Hispanic Leadership Alliance.
Diego Fernando Cruz, and I'm a senior in South County High School.
Yo soy de El Salvador. In a family of 5, I'm the middle child. I have 2 siblings, an older brother and a younger sister. Nací en la capital de El Salvador y viví ahí hasta los 12 años. A mis padres se les presentó la oportunidad de venir a Estados Unidos. Teniendo 3 hijos y viendo que no había mucha oportunidad de sobresalir, decidieron tomar la oportunidad de venir en diciembre del 2016. First of all, I want to thank you guys for this opportunity. I am honored to have been selected as a recipient for this scholarship. It has allowed me to get so much closer in accomplishing my goals and my dreams. I also want to thank all my teachers because they were part of my growth. I want to especially thank one of my teachers, Miss Sinky. She pushed me to be a better student and a better person in school and outside of school. My family has been so important to me. They are the reason why I'm here. I'm so thankful to have them in my life. Siempre han estado en todos los cambios de mi vida y este es uno de los más importantes. My plan is to major in business in Nova and then transfer to George Mason University for a program called Advance. My dream is to be the first person in my family to attend college and graduate. Llegué a los Estados Unidos sin saber inglés. My parents gave up everything to give me a chance to be someone in life. Ellos siempre me alentan a seguir adelante, aunque no todo era de color de rosas. Y con el tiempo me di cuenta que este no solo era mi meta y mi sueño, sino el de toda mi familia. Gracias. Thank you.
At this point, I would like to ask for Randy Gomez to please come back.
Oh, I was kidding. Oh, I'm coming back. I apologize for being back here for you. So now we have the privilege of having a 2015 former scholarship recipient deliver some remarks. And yes, she was at the White House having a meeting just now, and she made time to come back and speak to us. So Jasmine Chavez Cruz, she is a confidential assistant to the White House Hispanic Initiative and Virginia State Director of LULAC, the League of United Latin American Citizens. Please welcome Jasmine Cruz to the podium.
Hi, good afternoon. Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estamos? Bien. Oh my gosh, I love seeing the families, the students, the parents are just beaming with happiness. My name is Jasmine Chavez. Mi nombre es Jasmine Chavez, and I am from Falls Church, Virginia. I grew up here in the area, but I was born in El Salvador. I came to the US at the age of 1. And I received this scholarship back in the day. So thank you so much to Jane and to the Hispanic Leadership Alliance for inviting me to be your keynote speaker for today. I think it's beautiful that, you know, we get to be in this space celebrating all these amazing and bright students. I remember when I brought my mom, she was like, what are they saying? Because, she doesn't speak English. And so I'm going to try to be as bilingual as possible, para que entiendan los papás. Pero now that we're talking about the parents, I do want the students to, if you have your parent with you, look at them and say thank you. Right now. Say thank you, give them a hug. Look at, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm like literally getting teary-eyed because this is what our parents come to the US for. This is what the American dream looks like. You guys are the American dream. And so, yes, let's applaud about that. Today is for celebrating and for, just really being present in the moment. You guys are truly here for a reason. You guys are amazing. And, I personally, I always thank my parents for how far I've come in life, because without them, I don't know where I would be. So, gracias a todos los papás que todos los días se esfuerzan y trabajan duro para que los niños y los estudiantes puedan tener un buen futuro en este país. Este es el sueño americano. Ellos son el sueño americano. So I grew up in Falls Church, Virginia. I grew up doing a lot of organizing in the community. I was very active and, really did it because I grew up in poverty. I grew up very low income. There were times when my parents didn't have enough money to put food on the table. And so for me, I took it upon myself to really, look for opportunities and see, what ways in which I can support and uplift others who were experiencing similar things. And so I really got focused really, in college and in high school, really focused on, empowering the Latino community. And in high school had some really good mentors, some really great teachers. My high school teacher is here, Mr. Vanderberg, someone who is just like amazing. I wish I could give him Teacher of the Year every year because he's just so amazing. Like he's one of those teachers that really touched me as a young student. I was super shy, very quiet, and he really helped me break out of my shell and like helped me become this like young leader. And I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Welch. He's also a phenomenal teacher. If I could have Teacher of the Year awards, I'd line up all the high school teachers from Justice because they work so hard and they, I really think they deserve so much more in terms of like opportunities and pay and benefits. They're just amazing. Yeah. But no, I did really appreciate hearing some of the students talk about their teachers because this is Teacher Appreciation Week and we should take a moment to really acknowledge those teachers that have made a difference in our lives because whether we, it's a part of who we become. They are a part of who we become. So definitely, if you haven't thanked your teachers, si no le han dicho gracias a sus profesores, díganle gracias mañana. Tell them tomorrow, it goes a long way. So I really want to talk about, my story, right? Like I grew up in poverty, really focused on organizing. And so a word that I would say describes my story is resilience, right? A lot of students I heard talked about, being the first in their family to graduate from college, being the first to like even apply, right? Like it's incredibly difficult and confusing as a first generation student to like have to apply and, really, be able to like attend a school that you've like never heard of, that your parents have never attended. And, just being the first in your family to do something like that is scary, right? And so, oh my gosh, I love this. This is how you're at a Latino event. But, it's just, I really want to encourage the young students in the room to really advocate, for those, just like the different the opportunities that, are in their communities. Make sure you're like really advocating for your community, but also making sure that you're taking advantage of the resources available, right? Like in high school, I was a part of United for Social Justice and a few other organizations. And my mentee, actually, she's in the room, her name is Catherine, I always encourage her to take advantage of those opportunities because that is what has shaped me as a young leader. And so I was able to get through college and I was able to really pursue my dreams of, working someday in policy because of those opportunities, because of those networks, and because, you just never know who you're going to meet. You just never know who. There's a saying in DC that people are always like, always be nice to the interns because they might be your boss one day. And it's super true. It's true, right? Like you just never know. Like young people are out here, really making a difference. So I highly encourage you all to seek out opportunities, but also be a mentor. I see some folks here in the room who would be great mentors, like really mentor someone. This year I'm really focused on mentoring my mentee Catherine because she came to the US like a year and a half ago, has picked up English so quickly, is taking IB classes and is killing it. She's like doing all these amazing programs. Mr. Vanderberg brought me, he like introduced me to her and, he was like, she's amazing. And I'm like, yes, she's amazing. She is what you describe as resilience. She is the embodiment of being resilient. And so, I really want to just shout her out because she's doing amazing work, and so are all of you. And so I'm really thankful that my journey has brought me to where I am now because, my dad, he cleans federal office buildings, he's been doing that for most of my life. And now I work in one, right? Like, how crazy is that? Who would have ever thought? It's beautiful what we call life. And so I'm very thankful that I get to be, present in these spaces where Latinos are oftentimes not present. We actually tomorrow have a very big event. We have our 21 commissioners appointed by the president coming in, and their swearing in ceremony is going to be conducted by the vice president. So it's a lot of organizing, a lot of like logistical stuff, but it's super exciting because I get to be a part of it. And I also do want to, give a shout out about like internships. Like I actually interned at the White House Hispanic Initiative back in college. So definitely in college, make sure you are applying to intern at places that you would love to work at someday. I never thought that I'd be back, but I am back because I'm right. Like you just never know where opportunities could lead. And so, knowing the different, work that is done at the office, I was able to come in and like navigate easily how things work. And so highly recommend internships, networking. Let's connect after this. If you want to grab coffee, let me know. But would love to stay connected with you all. And if there's something I can leave you with, it's, to keep on going and really, never underestimate your power. I oftentimes still feel that, I still feel like I'm not good enough sometimes, but we got to remind ourselves constantly that we are always good enough. And so that is what I want to leave you guys with. You're good enough. You're good enough. You're here. You're going to do amazing things in college, and then you're going to have amazing careers and be the first in your family to do many things. But always remember that your parents have been there to support you since day one. So always give thanks for them. And thank you. Thank you for having me, Jane.
Thank you, Jasmine, for those incredibly inspirational words. I mean, you're an inspiration to all of us in the room, especially to our students. As you can see, the sky is the limit. You have limitless potential. So you see, Jasmine's a wonderful example of how far you can go. Sí se puede. One more time for Jasmine. So good evening again. I'm Teddy Frideras, and it's my great honor to announce the next group of scholarship recipients. Our next scholarship recipient is Sheila Aquino. Sheila Aquino is receiving the STEAM scholarship to recognize her superior intellectual achievement and desire to learn while participating in school clubs and activities, volunteering, internships, as well as part-time work. This scholarship is sponsored by an anonymous donor. Sheila, let's give her a round of applause.
And a little bit about my background is that my mother grew up in a small town in Bolivia called Arrieto. It was very rural and there was not many opportunities given to her there. So she came to the United States to further her dreams. So she eventually started a family, and so I was born and raised here in Virginia my entire life with my other three sisters. As a senior who is about to graduate as a first-generation student as well, I will be attending to the University of Rochester, which is up in New York, and I plan to major in computer science. Overall, my goals are to make my family, my community here and in Bolivia proud. And I hope to be able to provide for my family and find meaningful ways to help my community. I learned that education produces opportunities, and my mom had to find that out the hard way because she was more of like a house cleaner, so she had to focus more on taking care of us. So now I just want to be able to take care of her in the future and as well like the community around me. And I'm just honored to receive this scholarship by the HLA community, and it will help me achieve my dreams because now I can not only be able to focus more on my studies in computer science and in school, but it will also like help me overcome the financial burden that I've had throughout my high school years. So I would just like to give thanks to my scholarship donors, my teacher who recommended me this scholarship to, Dr. Ricketts, and my counselor who's helped me through a lot. She encouraged me to keep going for scholarships, even though I didn't really get some. And so she's Mrs. Rogan Elliott, and my parents, my mom, my dad, who took me to school and ensured that I have the education, and my sisters who also basically encouraged me to keep going no matter how difficult it was for us. Yeah, thank you guys for listening.
Nathan Arnez Velasco is receiving a STEAM scholarship to recognize his achievement as a quintessential scholar of the sciences, as well as his selflessness in tutoring and collaborative classwork. This scholarship is sponsored by an anonymous donor. Nathan? Is Nathan here this evening? Okay, well, we'd like to thank Nathan and congratulate him for winning the scholarship. And I'd just like to read a quote from Nathan. He says, "Economic stability has always been a dream of mine. It was made clear early on that the only way to achieve it was through a proper education. I had to excel in school." Congratulations, Nathan. Anthony Aviles Tapia is receiving a Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics STEAM scholarship for his outstanding academic achievement, service to others, and leadership. This scholarship is also sponsored anonymously. Let's give Anthony a round of applause.
My story starts in the city of Reston, Virginia. However, it took a lot for my family to get here. My mother, who was born in Peru, had to work diligently and hard to work her way out of Peru and get here to the USA in 1998 for a better life for me. For that, I will always be thankful and grateful for it. Growing up here and my time starting elementary school, I was always the shy and quiet kid, and it would take me time to open up to other people. As for my schoolwork, I was the type of student who would shove all of his papers into my backpack, finish my homework when I felt like it, and would struggle with my grades, which my teachers would then call my mom saying how much I was struggling in school. My trajectory for life wasn't looking so good. However, that changed once I heard about this program called AVID, which I would then join in middle school and high school. AVID, a program that strives to help their students understand what college is, be prepared for it, and get extra support in school, helped me tremendously through my high school life. AVID would teach me ways to stay organized, take notes, and would give me extra support with homework throughout my classes, which helped me a lot in improving my grades. AVID would also teach me a lot about the college process, and best of all, give me lots of opportunities. I would take advantage of these opportunities. One of them being to go to different schools and present to other students about our program. Through this, my confidence in presenting improved tremendously. The confidence I gained in AVID was so noticeable that after I presented to the upcoming AVID students about the program in 2020, the AVID coordinator at my school offered me an opportunity to become a young advisory member for the Southgate community. I would accept this role. And through my time as an advisory member, I would learn how to properly say my own ideas in a way that would help my community out, whether it was about the programs or events that they offered. I would also learn a lot about myself, as well as changing my perspective of what a leader truly is. These events throughout my life helped shape me into the person I am today, which allowed me to get accepted and to continue to pursue my education at Virginia Tech, majoring for mathematics. My goal is to become a leader who wants to have an impact in most of my community through math, which I will keep developing this goal of mine in college. Lastly, I would like to thank the people who helped me throughout my life. Thank you to the Hispanic Leadership Alliance for creating the scholarship for us Latin first-generation students that will help fund our education. Thank you to Ms. Sultan and Mrs. Garcia for always supporting me in school and giving me opportunities to help me grow. And lastly, thank you, Mom, for always being there and supporting me throughout all my life, especially through tough times. Thank you.
Our next scholarship recipient is Erasmo Barrios Lasso. Erasmo is receiving a scholarship for business for his outstanding leadership, strong work ethic, and community service. This scholarship is sponsored anonymously. Let's give Erasmo a round of applause as he comes up. And while he's taking a picture, I'd like to read you his quote. As I look onward, I see college as a place where I can flourish and exploit opportunities with the skills I've cultivated from a young age. Congratulations, Erasmo. Next recipient is Robert Berrios Giron. Robert is receiving the Sonia Migdalia Rosavella's Future Educator Scholarship for his strong interest in the field of education. Yay! A future teacher, yay. Also his leadership and community service and his ability to overcome obstacles. This scholarship is sponsored by Eloise Bonilla.
Hello, my name is Robert Berrios. I'm 17 years old. I am a first-generation Hispanic student. I was born in the United States. I've lived in Northern Virginia all my life, but both my parents are from Morazán, El Salvador. I will be attending Virginia Tech in the semester of 2023 to 2024. I will be majoring in history as I intend to pursue a career in education as a history teacher for secondary education. I want to give thank you to the Hispanic Leader Alliance for giving me this opportunity to pay for college. I'd also like to thank Mr. Welsh for helping me with my essay process and even informing me of this application. And I wanted to give a huge thank you for my parents for sacrificing everything they've done over the years to give me this chance to go to high school and go to college. Thank you.
My pleasure now to introduce our next presenter, Ms. Daviana Greenberg-Kai, who is also the HLA Secretary. Daviana.
Thank you, Teddy. Our next recipient is Kelly Castillo. Kelly Castillo is receiving the Minerva Goreno Memorial Language Acquisition Scholarship for her academic excellence and community service, tutoring and representing students receiving ESOL services. This scholarship is sponsored by the Hinojosa family and Teddy Paderas. Please give Kelly a round of applause.
From Honduras, and my parents are also from Honduras. I'm really grateful to be here today and to talk about me and my background. So I came to the United States in 2018. Also, I will be attending Nova Community College. So one of my majors that I would want to study is dental hygienist, because I would like to become a dentist, and going to Nova is a great opportunity to me because I'm gonna be the first generation from my family to go to college. So I'm really thankful for that. Also, one of my goals, like I said, is to attend college because it's a great opportunity to me, and it also makes my family happy because like I said, I'm gonna be the first generation attending to college. So I'm just like so grateful to be part of going to college and having this great opportunity, like this scholarship that honestly is helping me a lot. And I would like to thank my mentor Olivia because she has always been for me there, helping me to apply to college, to apply to scholarships. Also, firstly, I want to thank this scholarship that is helping me a lot. Thank you for giving me this big opportunity because I really need it, and so I'm so grateful that you picked me, and I will be grateful for the whole time in my whole life. Y también quiero decirle gracias a mi mamá que siempre ha estado conmigo, que me ha estado apoyando durante toda mi vida. Gracias a mi hermana porque siempre me ayudan, siempre me dan esos ánimos para seguir adelante. Y pues muchísimas gracias por ser parte de mi vida. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that is part of this scholarship. I'm really grateful and thankful for everything that I have been picked. Thank you.
Our next scholarship recipient is Helen Centeno. Helen is receiving a scholarship for perseverance to recognize her determination and resilience to educate herself and become independent in the face of extremely challenging systemic and family experiences. This scholarship is sponsored by Delia Vizger. Please give Helen a round of applause.
I came to the United States in 2016. When I was 11 years old, I came to the United States due to domestic violence. After I go to Justice High School, after I graduate, I will be going to Juniata and I will be majoring in criminology. My goals for after graduating college are to help people, especially teenagers, and I want to give them the support I have been given. I think I am successful because I have always been told that I am pretty resilient after all the challenges that have came to me, and I really just the way I am instead of like letting them bring me down. I want to give a huge thanks to Mr. Welch, my ABA teacher, because he has supported me a lot throughout my journey, and I also want to thank Ms. Susan, Ms. Terry, and my social worker, Mr. Wallace, because they have also been a great support since I became independent. Through the scholarship, I hope to pay for the remaining of my school because I do have to pay for it on my own. And I wanted to thank them a lot for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Our next scholarship recipient is Genesis Delgadillo de Lezam. Genesis is receiving a scholarship for community action and service to recognize her participation in numerous volunteer organizations, as well as her outstanding compassion and desire to help others. This scholarship is sponsored by Mary Jelinek. Please give Genesis a round of applause.
I am currently a senior in Robinson Secondary School in Fairfax, Virginia. I'm Bolivian. My entire family is from Bolivia, specifically from the city of Coachella. Like many immigrants, my parents lost work of hope and opportunity in the US. There were many job opportunities and the chance to start over again in the country, so they took their chances without knowing very much English or much about this new place of called home. They sacrificed so much for my brother in high school that I definitely paid off. In the fall, I will be attending George Washington University in Washington, D.C. At GW, I'm planning to major in biology or chemistry with a minor in biological sciences, which will lead me into medical school. My dream and goal is to become a dermatologist and or plastic surgeon in the future. One of the things that has helped me pursue this dream has been the encouragement of my grandpa. He lives in Bolivia, but even from afar, he cheers me on for having a vision and plan for the future. I wish to accomplish as many great things as he has in life, as he's my role model. This scholarship is very important to me because it'll help me pay for the loss of my tuition at GW. And for that, I'd like to thank those who made this scholarship available to for Latino students. I think it's incredibly necessary to honor and celebrate Latino students who have excelled in their academic journey. I'd also like to thank my parents for always believing in me, having faith in me, and working day and night to support our family. They taught me that I should take chances no matter how impossible they seem, and for that I am forever grateful. Thank you.
Our next scholarship recipient is Bianca Gonzalez. Bianca is receiving the Joint Lake Braddock Secondary School Hispanic Student Association and the Hispanic Leadership Alliance Scholarship for her advocacy skills demonstrated through her leadership as a board member of her club. The scholarship is supported by funds collected by the Lake Braddock Secondary School Hispanic Student Association and HLA. Please give Bianca a round of applause.
Gonzalez, and I'm a senior at Lake Braddock Secondary School. I'm so very grateful to be receiving this scholarship, and I cannot give enough thanks to the Hispanic Leadership Alliance and to all of the generous donors. My family moved to the United States from Mendoza, Argentina, and has been living here in Virginia ever since. I'm the first U.S. citizen in my family, and I will be a first-generation college student at VCU in the fall, where I'll be studying human development with a concentration in special education. With that, I hope to become a speech pathologist in a school or in a clinic, and I want to help those who struggle with speech in my community. In my free time, I like to hike, play guitar, sing, and volunteer. I currently work as a caregiver to 2 kids after school every day, and also as an intern to the Fairfax League of Women's Voters. I very largely attribute my success to the sacrifice my parents made by coming to the U.S. By leaving behind their lives and their families, they gave my brother and me not only the opportunity to succeed and gain a good education, but also the best role models I can look up to. Words cannot describe how thankful I am to my parents for the unconditional love and support that they have given me. I would also like to thank Gracia Sanchez and Mariela Menacho. We began working together as Hispanic Student Association Directiva members on Zoom in 2020 and very quickly formed a tight bond that I hope to nourish in the future. I thank them for teaching me what it means to work on a team, for putting up with my stubbornness and my terrible driving when I give them rides home, and most importantly, for showing me that I'm never alone. Lastly, I would like to give a big thank you to Anna McDonald. Señorita McDonald kind of adopted Lake Braddock's Hispanic Student Association with no idea what she was really getting herself into. I admit that I have often spent lots of time in her classroom crying, ranting, and more often than not, laughing so hard that my ribs hurt. Señorita McDonald has guided me these last few years in HSA, in my personal work, in my work, in my job, and in my college decision process, and has given me so much guidance, hope, and valuable advice for my future. Thank you so much, Señorita McDonald. Thank you all.
Picture.
Our next scholarship recipient is Jose Gonzalez. Jose is receiving a scholarship for engineering, is recognized for his dedication and resiliency in pursuing his academic goals. The scholarship is sponsored by Zeta. Please give Jose a round of applause.
Live in Virginia. I've grown up here all my life. But my parents are both immigrants. My dad's from El Salvador and my mom is from the Philippines. I plan to study cybersecurity and network engineering at the University in Indiana. And with my parents being immigrants, I tend to emphasize that a lot because it is like the underlying, circumstance that has sort of sculpted and defined my own like academic and personal journey. And there's a lot of things that come with that, right, that I think are not explicitly known, like, there's financial aspects and then there's social aspects, like, as immigrants, my parents are, limited to jobs with, only manual labor jobs, right? So they're not very advanceable. And so financially, I've grown up pretty confined, I would say. However, I think that has led me to, bolster, my resilience. And then I think that's, one of a core strength of mine is, I feel like I've endured a lot. And sort of this endurance has sort of outlined 3 of my main goals. And that's number 1, is securing financial freedom for my family and me. That is, my number 1 priority. Number 2 is ensuring that, I know a lot of kids are in similar positions as me. They don't really have guidance. I mean, like, their parents don't really know what courses they should be taking, what the SAT is, what the Common App is, all this stuff that's just so overwhelming. And so a huge part of my, sort of desires is making sure, those people are at the forefront of my mind all the time. And whenever I can lend a hand to them, first-gen kids, children of immigrants, Hispanic ones specifically, I mean, they make up the majority most of the time, it seems, right? A lot of my sort of efforts are leaning towards that, but a personal one, aside from all this career stuff, is that no matter what, one of these years I'm going to live in a car and go overlanding for several months, and just travel the Pan American Highway or across, the United States and Canada and South America. I don't care what anyone says, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And so this scholarship, as a whole, is an immense and great opportunity, for me to achieve those ambitions. Going to college is a big part of all that. And the scholarship helping me do that is just going to be so helpful. And all in all, after my thanks, I'd like to thank the Long family. I don't think they'll be at the banquet, but they've been an immense pillar of support, and they've been sort of that guiding figure this whole time, in the midst of, not knowing what to do academically and opportunity wise and college wise. They've been giving me so much help. My parents, of course, day in and day out, there was a period where I'd see them like for 2 hours a day. Because I'd wake up alone, go to school, they're already at work, come home, they're still at work. And then, I'd have dinner by myself a lot of times. And yeah, that's me. Thank you.
Now I'd like to welcome Mr. Lin Navaja to the stage.
Our next recipient is Anderson Hernandez, who is receiving the Keith Buchanan Memorial Scholarship for his hard work and perseverance in having overcome obstacles, learned English, and successfully graduated high school within 4 years of arriving in the U.S. This scholarship is sponsored by Carrie Jones. Please give Anderson a round of applause.
I am from Guatemala and I arrived in the United States in 2019. I am currently attending Falkirk High School, but I will be going to Nova Community College soon. My major will be cybersecurity, and my inspiration in life is my family. I want to be the first one for my family to go to college, because when I was in my country, I didn't have the same interest in education. My main goal is to be working on something I actually enjoy, something that when I wake up in the morning, I know I will be excited to do. Something that has led me to my success is my interest in computer Since I was a child, I was always obsessed with computers and electronics. And this scholarship is going to help me to one day be a cybersecurity specialist. I want to thank my mentors, Mr. Fred and their wife, Miss Sue, for taking the time every Wednesday to tell me apply for scholarship because it is something I did not know how to do. I also want to thank my family for supporting me because they let me decide what I wanted to do in life. And I want to thank God for giving me a spectacular family, for putting all these incredible people in my life, because I don't think I would be going to college without them and the advice that they gave me. And finally, I want to thank myself for not giving up because there were some times when I felt that I didn't know what I was going to be as an adult. But now I see my path and I will work hard for it. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Micaela Lameles, who is receiving the Michael Cato Memorial Scholarship to recognize her achievements that have led her to study finance. The scholarship honors Michael Cato, who studied finance and became a CPA in Washington, D.C. He was a man with a gentle soul who would help anyone. The scholarship is sponsored by Kathleen Cato. Please give Micaela a round of applause. Our next recipient is Lisbeth Lopez Marroquin, who is receiving the St. John Family Legacy Scholarship to recognize her unstoppable self-advocacy skills to ultimately achieve a degree in international business in the face of powerful obstacles. This scholarship is sponsored by Marcia St. John Cunning and her 3 siblings. Please give Lisbeth a round of applause.
And I was born in Virginia, but I am the daughter to 2 hardworking immigrant parents, both from Guatemala. This fall, I plan on attending Emory University's Atlanta campus with hopes to major in international business and minoring in finance or marketing. Some goals that I have for myself are to hopefully work in the UN and be a part of a lot of humanitarian projects, specifically those that work with underprivileged communities of women and children. Some factors that have led to my success were definitely drive, determination, and having a positive mindset, despite all the obstacles that have come my way. Some people that have supported me throughout my journey in achieving higher education is definitely my teachers, my counselors, specifically Mr. Welch, who has helped me despite being a first generation student and not knowing a lot of the whole college process. And definitely my parents, specifically my mother. I wanted to let her know that her sacrifices and hard work definitely do not go unnoticed. And this scholarship has definitely made attaining higher education possible for me and my family, because now I don't have to worry about where the money is going to come from to be able to apply and go to college. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Jessica Lisette Marino Medina, who is receiving the Keith Buchanan Memorial Scholarship for her motivation, persistence, and determination in overcoming many obstacles to succeed. This scholarship is sponsored by Mr. Kerry Jones. Please give Jessica a round of applause.
I was born in Bolivia. It's a beautiful place. Some people know it's like a white city because all the city, the houses are in color white. And I came to the United States in 2018. And I will attend to Northern Virginia Community College. Right now, I'm thinking about studying health science. My goal is I really want to graduate from college. I also want to support my family after I finish my studies and get a stable job. My motivation to all my studies was to have a positive mind, a positive attitude, and persistence, hard work, dedication, and first thing, my family. The collaboration of the scholarship helped me to get a lower cost and to focus on my studies. And also the amount of hours that I need to work to play in my classes. I would like to thanks to my family and to my friends, to my teachers, to my community, the school, Thomas Center, and the next Fairfax County Adult High School that helped me to study, and my counselors were the best, and my teachers. Thank you to my friends.
Our next recipient is Felipe Melgar, who is receiving the West Springfield Hispanic Students Association Hispanic Leadership Alliance Scholarship for his leadership and determination. This scholarship is sponsored jointly by West Springfield Hispanic Students Association and HLA. Please give a round of applause.
I will be attending Virginia Commonwealth University and plan to study information systems. I have many goals and aspirations, but my biggest one is to give back to my families. My parents immigrated to the US at a very young age to create a better life for their children. They've gone through so many hardships to get to where they are today. I see this and become very appreciative. I want to give back to them to let them know that their sacrifices were worth all the blood, sweat, and tears. One thing that has led me to success is my ability to never give up. Throughout my high school years, I've had many role models such as teachers, coaches, and parents tell me the same thing, never to give up. I take their advice and apply it whenever I feel like I'm not good enough, which leads me to my success. The HLA scholarship is helping me pursue my dreams of higher education as a first-generation student, which is why I would like to thank them for giving me and other Latinos the opportunity to aid our education. I'd like to give thanks to God for giving me so many blessings, and without him, I don't know where I would be. I would also like to thank my family for sacrificing so much, which allows me to be where I am today. I would also like to thank my teachers, Senora Halstead and Mrs. Bronax, for writing me my teacher recommendations on my behalf, which I'm very grateful for. Lastly, I would like to thank Senora Emerson for helping me discover HLA and the scholarship they provided. She's seen me grow as a person throughout high school, and I'll never forget the many lessons and advice she has given me.
At this time, please welcome Mr. Diego Wilson to the stage.
Gracias, Micheline. Our next recipient is Eileen Mendieta, who is awarded the Scholarship for Peace and Justice in recognition of her numerous hours of service to her school and to the community,
Eileen Mendieta. I'm a senior.
including founding her own service organization to raise donations for clothing. This scholarship is sponsored by Mary Jelinek. Please give Eileen a round of applause.
High school. I was born in the United States, but I'm from Bolivia. My parents immigrated from Bolivia.
Next year, I'll be attending James Madison University in Harrisonburg to study health sciences. One of my main goals is to become a role model to all students trying to pursue higher education by becoming a pioneer, breaking down barriers at JMU's campus. And this scholarship will help fund my education, help me engage through any program in James Madison University. And because of that, I want to thank all my mentors, especially Mr. Welch and Mr. Vandenberg, for helping me throughout all the steps of the way since senior year, and for breaking the shell that I had throughout my high school career. And I also want to thank my counselors and also all the programs that I attended during the summer, including Hispanic College Institute at Virginia Tech, and all the internships that I had, because it shaped me to the person I am today, and I'm excited for what the future holds.
Our next recipient is Kimberly Mota Sanchez, who is receiving the scholarship for leadership to recognize her skills as a role model, her initiatives and community service. This scholarship is sponsored by Carlos and Emily Castro. Please give Kimberly a round of applause.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Mata Sanchez from Peru, and my dad is from the DC area. So I am a mixture of both. I go currently to Herndon High School, but I will be going to Jacksonville University down in Florida to study cybersecurity. My aspirations in life are to have self-before service. I love doing community service. It's something I've done throughout all my years of high school. Also getting involved in clubs like the organization of ELLA, Empowering Latina Leaders Ahora, and the extracurricular activity of NJROTC. Those are two places that I feel like at home in my school. My other goal in life, of course, is to graduate college with my degree. And what has led me to my success, I believe, are my classmates and my teachers, and especially my parents. Every single one of them is absolutely supportive with everything that I've done and will continue to be doing outside of high school. I'm very excited to have a scholarship and this opportunity. Because being down in Florida, I'm a huge family person. I love my parents so much. And it'll just allow me to come visit them hopefully as often as I can. And I want to thank you guys so much for this opportunity that I got. Thank you guys.
Our next recipient is Maya Perez, who's receiving a scholarship for business for her advocacy and for undeserved populations and academic achievements. This scholarship is sponsored by Carlos and Emily Castro. Please give Maya a round of applause.
Hello, my name is Maya Perez, and I'm a senior at Justice High School. I grew up in a multicultural family with a Mexican-American mom and a Dominican foreign dad. This fall, I plan on attending James Madison University as a Centennial Scholar. And I'm studying international business with a concentration in marketing and minors in Spanish and sustainability. Some of my goals and aspirations are to work in a global industry, such as aviation or train travel, and I hope to promote more sustainable ways of travel, such as renewable fuel and aviation and airplanes. Some of the things that have led to my success are definitely my parents who have really opened my eyes to the world around me and to countries beyond the United States and Bolivia and Mexico. Now I feel very motivated by my dad, especially to learn so many languages and to read books and consume content in all these languages such as French, Russian, and I really have to thank for my passion in languages and travel and international business, basically. Some teacher that I have to thank is a teacher that I have to thank is Mr. Yanis, my Spanish teacher. I've had him for 4 years of my high school career. And he has really had my back. He's put in paraphrase like letters of recommendation for me with my college applications and scholarships. And I am really grateful to have had him for so long and for him to know me so well, that write great letters. And I would also like to thank my mom, who has been my biggest supporter. She is the one that knows me the best and has helped me really perfect my essays and has let my voice shine through them and has just supported me throughout any dream that I have or any passion that I have. And so I'm really grateful for her. And I can't say thank you enough to her for pushing me to apply to any scholarship, to any opportunity. So I'm really thankful for her. And I would also like to thank the donors who have made it possible for first generation students like myself to go to college and not have to worry so much about the money aspect of it. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Hadida Perez Jordan, who is awarded a STEAM scholarship in recognition of her resiliency in the face of tragedy and determination to see her way to college and her future. This scholarship is awarded by an anonymous donor. Please give Hadira a round of applause.
My name is Hadira Perez Jordan, and I'm a senior at Justice High School. Both my parents are from Bolivia, and I was born in the U.S. In the fall, I plan on attending San Diego State University and studying psychology. One of my biggest goals after graduating from college is to work in a business or psychology-oriented field while furthering my education by attending grad school. Learning how to overcome challenges throughout my academic career has played a big role in my success, both as a student and as a person. I am very grateful for receiving this scholarship that will financially support me in achieving my goals of pursuing a higher education. I would like to give thanks to my teachers, counselors, and friends for supporting me throughout the years. And I would like to specifically thank Mr. Welch for pushing me and motivating me to apply to many scholarships, such as this scholarship. I wouldn't have been able to receive this opportunity without your support. I'm very fortunate to have you as a teacher, Mr. Welch. I'd also like to thank my dad for supporting my dream of attending college. I'd also like to thank my mom for teaching me how to be strong, resilient, and for helping me become the person I am today.
Our next recipient is Osman Quintanilla Martinez, who is receiving a scholarship for engineering and for his academic achievement and his ability to multitask and
Hello, my name is Osman Quintanilla Martinez. I am a current.
Sorry.
Okay, Osman is receiving a scholarship for engineering, academic achievement, and his ability to multitask and overcome obstacles and in order to become successful. This scholarship is sponsored by Zeta. Please give Osman a round of applause.
Hello, my name is Osman Quintanilla Martinez. I am a current student at Justice High School here in Virginia. My mom's from Guatemala and my dad's from El Salvador. I was born in the United States and I plan to attend George Mason University, which is also located in Virginia. The major I want to study is mechanical engineering. And with that, my goals are to become an auto technician, but I also want to further my education to become an engine designer for a company. What had led to my success was the effort that my parents have put in to me for school. They always made sure I had all my supplies. They always made sure I made it to school safely, whether it was asking the neighbors to take me to school or take me to the bus. They worked very hard. My dad was always at work. When I come home, my mom was also working. Her job is at home. She is a babysitter, so once I get home, she was always, busy with kids. So even though she couldn't give me attention, she was always making sure that she was working to be able to afford all the things I needed for school. And this scholarship is going to help me by helping me cover expenses for college. When it comes to college, supplies are more expensive. And with the money that I get from the scholarship, I'll be able to afford and further my education. I would like to give a thanks to Mr. Welch, who is my avid teacher. He's the one who showed me this opportunity. In class, he told me to apply to the scholarship. He said that it would be a great fit for me, and he really thought that I could win. And the outcome is that I did win it. He also pushed me further to apply to more colleges. When starting of the year, I was more of a student who had good grades, but at the end, I was kind of just giving up. But he made sure that I applied to good colleges, and he made sure that I had a better and brighter future than what I was setting myself up for. I would also love to give a huge thank you to my family. They have been here my whole entire journey from elementary to now going into college. Without them, none of this would be possible. And because of them, I am now here today talking about my history and thanking everyone for this opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, please welcome Ms. Marcia St. John coming to the stage.
I get the honor to present the last cohort of students that are going to receive scholarships. So before I go on to do that, I just want to say, wow, up to this point. Almost every recipient has said resilience. Some of the recipients have been here less than 3 years and we're speaking in English. Wow. Everyone thanked a teacher. During Teacher Appreciation Week, I think that is amazing. Dr. Reed, you say teachers have the power to change the trajectory of students' lives. You're seeing it tonight. Finally, I think that we're going to have an honorary scholarship or make you an honorary member of HLA, Mr. Walsh. This is my 5th year at the banquet, and every year that name gets mentioned. Thank you. Okay, so let's move on to our next recipient is Dan Alexander Rios Ceballos. He is receiving a scholarship for engineering for his academic achievement and community volunteerism. This scholarship is sponsored by Kelly Bao. And I'm not going to have you give an applause for him because he doesn't have a video. But what I do want to say is that his quote is, "My fascination with science and math flourished as a nerdy pursuit that allowed my creative outlet to create what my mind pondered. In time, the pursuit became a passion for circuitry and robots." Congratulations. Our next recipient is Isabella Sasso, and she is receiving a STEAM scholarship to recognize her passionate interest not only in coding and online gaming, but in the humanities as well, all of which have motivated her to pursue a career in computer science. This scholarship is sponsored by an anonymous donor. Let's hear the video before we applaud.
Hi, my name is Isabella Sasso, and I'm from Westfield High School in Chantilly, Virginia. So I am a Chilean American. Both my parents were born in Chile, but I was born in the United States. Growing up, I only spoke Spanish until I started school, and I then learned English, there was definitely a language barrier at first, but I grew and I loved reading, so that helped me a lot in my journey. I will be attending William and Mary in the fall, and I hope to study and get a bachelor's degree in computer science there. I started being interested in programming and computer science in elementary school, but I later became interested in other, and I forgot about my interest until middle school. And I took a coding class in middle school and then took another break and came back to it my junior year of high school, where I truly became passionate about coding and programming. And I learned about myself that I love using both the creative and logical sides of my brain. So my big career goal is to either go into app design and programming apps, or game design and programming games. But in general, I love coding, and I've liked coding for a very long time now. I think this scholarship will help me a lot in pursuing a computer science major. I think there's a lot of costs that come with it being a technology major, and just keeping up with the future in technology can cost a lot of money. And I'm appreciative that I've gotten this scholarship and I'm a recipient of it, because I have more of an opportunity now to engage in this future world that I'm so interested in. I'd like to give a big thank you to all my teachers that I've had over my 4 years at Westfield High School. But I'd also like to emphasize just a big thank you to my AVID teacher, Ms. Wintonowski, and both my counselor and my college and career specialist at my school, as all three of these people helped me a lot with applying to scholarships, applying to schools, and finding different opportunities for me to sort of boost my future, as I am a first generation student and I felt very lost when I first started thinking about my career goals. I'd like to give obviously a huge thanks to all of my family in Chile and my family that's here in Virginia with me. They've always been very supportive of whatever I've decided to pursue, and they've always pushed me to work hard and always pushed me to be more than what people think of me, and just to be strong no matter what. I'd also like to give a big thanks to the scholarship donors. Without you guys, there wouldn't be as many opportunities for people like me who just need an extra financial boost for pursuing our dream careers and goals. I'm very thankful and very grateful that I have this opportunity, and I just like to give a big thank you to everyone, especially the people that have supported me throughout not just my academic goals, but other external goals as well. My friends, and as well as my hip hop coach, who throughout all 4 years of hip hop dancing at my school has always been supportive of my academics as well as my dancing. Thank you very much.
Our next scholarship recipient is Nicole Trejo. She is receiving a scholarship for leadership to recognize her superior academic achievement, as well as her participation in numerous clubs, volunteer organizations, and leadership positions. This scholarship is sponsored by Mary Emerson. And one of the things that Nicole says, I learned to embrace a competitive learning atmosphere and plan to apply this experience to a life of learning. You can please give her a round of applause. Our next recipient is Nicole Ugarte, and she is being awarded the STEAM Scholarship in recognition of her commitment, dedication, and passion to help others as she pursues a career in nursing. This scholarship is sponsored by Eliud Bonilla.
I'm a senior at McLean Secondary School. Originally from Bolivia and my parents as well. I was raised by my grandparents in Bolivia until the age of 8. My parents were here in the USA, working for a better future and a better life for me. Once I was 8, I was brought to the country to be able to study here and have a better future. My parents only completed high school, but were not able to attend college, meaning I will be the first generation in my family to attend college. I will be attending Nova, and I will be majoring in nursing. It was a childhood dream since I was little to be able to become a nurse, to be able to help those people who need it, and I really love to care for those patients that I hopefully will have in the future once I become a nurse. I would like to thank my family, my friends, and my teachers. They have been a great help throughout my high school path. My teachers have been always helpful when I ever needed help in something I was not so sure. My parents were always there supporting me, giving me hopes, and they have been supporting me emotionally, mentally, whenever I felt down or stressed. I am really thankful for that, especially my mom. I give out to her a great shout out. She has been always there, telling me to keep trying my best, and I am good at what I do, and she believes in me. It has been a great help, and thanks to her, I have made it so far to even find something that I really love and like to pursue until I graduate. I also would like to thank my dad. My dad has been always there for me too. He has been working hard every day, providing for his family, providing for me. I'm really thankful to him. Also, I would like to thank the donors of this scholarship and to the scholarship organization for letting me have this opportunity to be able to have the scholarship. I will be using the scholarship for my first year at Nova, and I'm really thankful that they are getting me this opportunity for me to be able to complete my studies and start my studies at Nova. Thank you so much.
Our next scholarship goes to Adriana Vidal, and she is being awarded the STEAM Scholarship to recognize her passion, hard work, and advocacy for science, her fellow students, and herself. This scholarship is sponsored by an anonymous donor.
Hello, my name is Adriana Vidal. I was originally born in New York. My parents had moved from Bolivia to New York, and I had moved here to Virginia in about 8th grade. And they mostly moved here to Virginia for better education versus New York. So because my parents are Bolivian, I was always included, even though I was not born there, I was always included in the culture via it was music or dancing. I was always included somehow, even though I wasn't born there. I am going to attend Longwood University and doing a nursing major, mostly because my mother was recently diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and her whole journey and visiting doctors and going with her always every step of the way, I became inspired, and I learned to appreciate what doctors and people working in the health career did. So I became passionate for it, and becoming a nurse is something that I'm very passionate about now, not only to help my mother, but to also help many other people, not just like her, but with any other type of condition. Helping people has always been a part of my life. but being able to help them to the extent of healing them and treating them with an illness or anything is what I'm passionate about. This is why I want to do it. It was all because of my mother. She's always been there. My sisters have always also been there for me as well. They've always helped me and always supported me, even if I was sad. They would always be there for my emotional support. And my teacher, Miss Miller, she was always there for me as well. She's my chemistry teacher, and she just was always there for me. I've never worked close with any teachers, but I am very close with her, and I want to thank her as well because of her, I was able to open up, and she was able to help me a lot in chemistry, even though I struggled a little. She was able to help me not only with academically, she helped me emotionally as well. I was able to open up to her about my private life and my problems, and she was like a counselor to me as well. So I want to thank my teacher, Miss Miller, my mother, who always is there for me, and I'm doing everything for her as well, and my sisters. And this scholarship will help me in so many ways. And I know my mother struggles financially because of her condition. So this scholarship is helping me just get off a weight off my chest, and my mother as well. So I want to thank everyone as well. Thank you.
That was the last scholarship of the night for our students. We have a little bit more of our program before I leave the stage. Eso fue la última beca de la noche. Vamos a tener un poquito más de nuestro programa. You could just hang on with us. From all of this, I truly believe, and I think all of you believe, our future is bright in the hands of these students. Podemos todos decir que el futuro de nosotros está en buenas manos. Así es que un aplauso para todos los estudiantes. Un aplauso for all the students. And at this time, I'd like to welcome Ms. Raven Compton to the podium. Good evening. Each year, the Hispanic Leadership Alliance awards the Leadership Award to an outstanding leader in our community. And it is my honor this evening to announce that the 2023 Hispanic Leadership Alliance Leadership Award is being presented to Dr. Fabio Zuluaga. Dr. Fabio Zuluaga is currently serving as the Assistant Superintendent in Fairfax County Public Schools. He is, as an educator and a leader, Dr. Zuluaga has been a fierce advocate for school cultures where all students and teachers and staff feel welcomed, affirmed, and ready to learn. He has advocated for rigor and opportunities in the classroom that have resulted in communities where students are thriving in their schools. We thank and congratulate Dr. Zuluaga for his fierce leadership in FCPS and service to our community. Please join me in giving a round of applause to our award winner, Dr. Zuluaga. What an honor it is to serve alongside and to serve this beautiful community. At this time, please welcome Ms. Micheline Lavalle to the stage.
Wow, I'm speechless, and I'm seldom speechless. For those who know me. This has been an amazing evening. I want to take the opportunity to thank every single one of them. I'm so inspired by all of you young people. Like Marcia said, I think that the future is in very, very good hands with you all. I'm just, like I said, it's speechless. I was also in tears, but that's because I'm old and sensitive to be all. I want to, this has been indeed a wonderful evening, And it would not have been possible without the support of many. We would like to give a special thanks to the scholarship donors, the Partner Schools Leadership Club members and sponsors, the HLA board and members, FCPS students and their families, FCPS administrators, faculty and staff, FCPS facilities and food services. We have come to the end of our 2023 HLA Scholarship Banquet. Thank you for sticking around. I know it's long, it's a long evening. Let's give a round of applause on such an amazing night. At this time, I would like to welcome all the recipients of the scholarships to gather in front of the FCPS screens for a group picture. Thank you.
Hello. How are you? Hey, bien, bien. ¿Cree que le puedo dar un abrazo? Puede poner aquí la ficha de mí, que fotos antes que tenemos que se pueden. ¿Quiere poner las fotos de Dios? No, tal vez sí, no sé.
Also, just wanted to say that not to leave, because you still have to get your checks, remember? Oh, yes. We have to give everyone your checks, so stick around.
Stay back and yeah, and I said to her, Jason, I would be here today.
Hey, how are you?
Are you doing good? Yeah, yeah. No, this time of Okay, year- don't leave yet. Please wait a second. We're gonna just listen for your name. And you're gonna come up. This is Terry Rafaela Herrera. Anderson Hernandez.
I'm gonna get married.
Jacqueline Argueta. Jose Gonzalez. Jose Gonzalez.
Yeah, take a picture here.
Bianca Gonzalez. Bianca. Mariana Polonta. Genesis Delgadillo. Valentina Latin. Valentina. Elena Centeno. Ellen Centeno. I know Ellen is here. Riley. Robert Barrios. Robert Barrios. Robert. Erasmo Barrios Lazo. Anthony Aviles. Anthony. Giovanna. Nathan Velasco. Nathan. Sheila Aquino. Felipe Melgar. Felipe. Nicole Ugarte. Nicole. Maya Perez. Maya. Hey, I did international. Medina Perez, Jordan. Medina Perez. Medina. Osman Quintanilla. Osman. Dan Alexandria Rio. Isabella Salsa. Isabella. Isabella Sasso. Diego, Mr. Client. Nicole. Nicole Trejo. Adriana Vidal. Adriana. Jessica, Elizabeth. Jessica Lisbeth. Eileen Mandieta. Kimberly Mota Sanchez. Kimberly. Lisbeth Lopez Maro. Lisbeth Lopez. Micaela. Valentina de la Cruz. Valentina. Okay, so if any students, if I missed any students, please come up and see me. Students that did not receive their check, please come up and see me.
Uno de los primeros es. Porque tenemos Nicole y tenemos Diego. Yo pensé que eran familia. Sí, yo también. Yo le iba a preguntar si éramos familia de Salvador. La prima. Hola,